Today we have updates on a new film from the Talk to Me directors, Danny and Michael Filippo, a new clown slasher that might be coming for Art's title, and of course, a Scream 7 update. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm KillJoy Jake, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. I'm gonna be 30 and still saying that soon. Kicking off today's horror update video is Heart Eyes, that had an excellent second weekend at the box office, bringing in an even bigger haul than its opening. With most films, you tend to see diminishing earnings with each new weekend that passes, but Heart Eyes is a unique case. The new Valentine slasher raked in close to 11 million last weekend, where it only brought in 8.9 million during its opening. This is likely because last weekend was Valentine's Day, so of course you're gonna have the slasher fans go out and see the Valentine's Day slasher, or at least the new one, that is. And also the weekend was extended by President's Day, a bank holiday in America for now. It's always cool to see slashers do well at the box office, even if this one is just barely breaking even. Heart Eyes has made about 24 million and needs to reach approximately 45 million to be considered profitable. Thankfully, the flick didn't bomb, but it's not exactly shaping up to be a mega hit like the last two Scream movies from the same company. Like, it did well, but don't expect a sequel. I really enjoyed Heart Eyes though, and if you missed my review, check it out up here. I gotta say, horror movie trailers have been really exceptional lately. Really only a few have spoiled the entire plot of new movies. I can't even believe I'm saying that, but there is an improvement, and Bring Her Back from Danny and Michael Filippo is one to add to that conversation. This little teaser trailer features a cute little kitty cat, people covered in blood screaming, and scary naked old people, in case you forgot which studio this was coming from. A24. The trailer gives me major Pet Sematary vibes, although it's certainly Danny and Michael's own take on a similar concept, I'm sure. The plot description even echoes that, reading, a brother and sister uncover a terrifying ritual at the secluded home of their new foster mother. I'm guessing with a title like Bring Her Back, that her is these two characters' mother, who has since passed away. I'm seeing some really interesting themes and connections between this movie and Talk to Me. Dead moms. That's really dark and awful. I have to say, after being majorly disappointed with Pet Sematary Bloodlines, it's cool to see this kind of concept tackled in something fresh, maybe something that takes it down a new direction, and something that doesn't feel like it was written by a robot. That Stephen King story is one of my favorites from the master of horror here, so I can't wait to see what Danny and Michael kind of do with a similar concept. Maybe a hot take, but I think there's ways that you can tell that story in a better way. The flick drops in just a couple of months on May 30th, and I will absolutely be seated for this one. I highly anticipate whatever these guys do next. Talk to Me was so damn good. On a personal note, I have been a huge fan of the Rocka Rocka guys for years now, ever since I saw their first Ronald McDonald parody, and I'm so happy they've made the jump to horror film directors. I'm really excited for the sequel to Talk to Me, which is apparently titled Talk to Me. Real creative with that one, guys, but seriously, I am really excited for it, cheesy title or not. Whatever these guys make, ya boy will be seated. Speaking of Stephen King, his short story The Monkey has been adapted by Osgood Perkins, with a new film dropping in theaters literally tonight. Ya boy will have a review up tomorrow morning, but something really interesting that we just learned about the film is that after it plays, we're getting a sneak preview at Oz Perkins' next movie, which is coming out later this year. Marking Perkins' third collaboration with Neon in just the last year and a half is a new movie from the director called Keeper, arriving this October on the 3rd. It stars Tatiana Maslany, who also appears in this flick, The Monkey, and is said to have a much more serious tone than the last two movies. Jeez, this guy is busy. Now, rumor has it that we might be getting a preview at something else during this screening tonight as well, which is a new movie from Neon called Together that stars Alison Brie and Dave Franco, and it got rave reviews out of Sundance. Like, people are calling this potentially the best horror film of 2025. It would be no shock to me if this was something of super high quality, considering that Neon has easily put out some of the best horror flicks of the 2020s thus far. Possessor, Infinity Pool, Long Legs, Immaculate, I mean, these are all banger after banger after banger, dude! Neon does not miss! Except with Cuckoo. What the fuck was going on in that movie? I don't know. Everything else, though? A+. I will definitely have a follow-up to this update in tomorrow's review. We're talking about Keeper and whatever this Together movie is all about. Don't miss my The Monkey review tomorrow. Since this book was released back in 2020, I have had pretty much every avid reader in my life tell me to get on this book. Clown in a Cornfield. Now the film adaptation arrives on May 9th from Eli Craig, the director of Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, a meta horror flick that does not get enough love. Scream fans, if you have not seen this one, put it on, man. The trailer teases a new killer clown, potentially for Art to square off against in a future Versus movie, named Friendo. Everyone's friends with Friendo.
Hey, check it out, it's Friendo!
Did I mention that Friendo likes to kill all of his friends? I probably should have said something about that before he shot that arrow in that guy's face. Whoops! The plot synopsis for this slasher reads, Quinn and her father have just moved to the quiet town of Kettle Springs, hoping for a fresh start. Instead, she discovers a fractured community that has fallen on hard times after the treasured Bay Pen corn syrup factory burned down. As the locals bicker amongst themselves and tensions boil over, a sinister grinning figure emerges from the cornfields to cleanse the town of its burdens, one bloody victim at a time. Welcome to Kettle Springs. The real fun starts when Friendo the Clown comes out to play. The trailer makes this slasher out to be a really fun, campy, bloody time, maybe with a hint of commentary in there as well. It reminds me a lot of Eli Roth's Thanksgiving in that way. I also want to note that there are currently 3 Friendo novels, and there's also a 4th book on the way from him as well. So this could be the start of a brand new slasher franchise, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely a movie to look out for on May 9th. And like I said, Art the Clown needs somebody to fight him in a Versus movie. Could it be this character? We're just gonna have to find out. Keep an eye on this franchise and don't fuck with Friendo. Jasmine Savoy Brown is returning for the 3rd time to play Mindy Meeks Martin here in Scream 7. It's a role that many fans are scratching their heads about, considering that half of the core 4 is not going to be present in this film, but the other half is. Why are Mindy and Chad hanging out with Sydney and not with the Carpenter sisters now? I have no idea. I guess we'll find out on February 27th when this one drops, but today we have an interesting update from Mindy herself. Jasmine once again has nothing but positive things to say about director Kevin Williamson, expressing that it's a dream to get to work with Kevin. He is the kindest and most delightful person. She also adds, I don't know if you would like me saying this, but he cries every day on set because he's so thrilled. This franchise started his career, and I am really honored to get to play his favorite character. Now this update comes from People magazine specifically, but she recently gave some statements to Entertainment Tonight. Check that out in one of my past videos from like the last couple of days. There has been so much to talk about in regards to Scream 7 lately. Oh my god. Kevin seems to be really excited to be back on board creatively with this series, and this comment reflects his post made to Instagram on the first day of shooting all the way back in early January. Kevin seemingly broke his NDA to tell us all that when you have one of the best days of your life, it's really hard to keep it to yourself. What an extraordinary day I had working with an amazing and talented cast and crew. They brought their A game and had my back every step of the way. I'm so very grateful for this opportunity and to Wes Craven, who is on my mind through it all. The profound impact he has had on my life and career is endless. What a day. While Scream 7's road has been nothing but bumpy, this does give me a lot of faith in this project to know that so much passion is here with the director. I have my doubts about this specific entry, but I know that Kevin is going to do his best to deliver a quality product here. I also want to note that I have personally seen some things going on the Scream 7 set that I will definitely get in trouble if I go into detail about, but I do want to tell you guys this. What I've seen is very, very promising, and if you're worried about a lack of chase scenes in Scream 7, you don't have to be. Have no fear, my little Ghostface fans. You will not be disappointed in that department. My lips are sealed until February 27th, though, so you ain't getting a crack out of me, sorry. Hey, everybody, before we wrap this puppy up, I'd like to ask you all to subscribe to this page as we're literally on the cusp of 30,000 subscribers. As I'm recording this, we are 10 subs away from 30,000. Please subscribe to this page if you like horror updates just like this. Also, go subscribe to my new horror gaming channel, GullGotha. I'd love to get that channel monetized this year, so go ahead and smash that little red button for me. Thank you to everybody who supports any of my pages. Which update from today's video has you the most excited? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.